There.
Do you know where the very first clock originated? Per the Anderson Institute, the very first clock originated and was used in monasteries to toll a bell to call the monks in for prayer. The very first clocks only read hours. There were no minutes or seconds recorded. Now we have a clock that can not only keep time with hours, minutes, and seconds, but also can set alarms and have many other features. As you can see by looking at this clock and me, there doesn't seem to be many similarities between the two of us. I'm going to explain to you how indeed we both have a lot in common. Much like a clock, I am always running. I am not always accurate or correct, and I keep track of time. Clocks are always running. That is, of course, if they don't run on batteries and the batteries die. I have 4 children as well, ages 8, 10, 14, and 17. With this many children, I am constantly on the go. All 4 of them are involved in extracurricular activities at school. My 8-year-old plays baseball. My 10-year-old is a cheerleader. My 14-year-old is involved in many different clubs within the school. And my 17-year-old is involved in the Performing Arts Academy. On top of having the children's activities, I also have an ill spouse who is suffering from a terminal illness. This involves many, many doctor's appointments. Sometimes we have to travel out of town to go to these appointments and meetings. Also, I am a full-time online student, which keeps me pretty busy. Oh, and yes, I'm also involved in my children's PTO. That involves me fundraising and planning events and running book fairs at their school. Sometimes I feel like I have zero time for myself. Ever do I have time to sit down and actually relax by myself. Sometimes I catch myself telling people all the time I have rarely time to go to the bathroom. Much like a clock, I am not always correct or right. You can look at 5 different clocks at the very same time, and the chances of them all being the same are very slim. I do not ever claim to be perfect. I tend to not give information to people without knowing that it is true and correct. I am not always correct, so when I do tell someone any type of information that I am doubtful of, I always tell them not to quote me on it and to trust that the information is correct unless they find out otherwise. All clocks are different. Some are battery ran, some are round, some are square, some are simply alarm clocks. Just like humans, not everyone is the same. Therefore, this makes me and the clock both unique. They also make mistakes too, so they are, just like me, not always accurate. A clock keeps track of time, such as I do as well. I am a very punctual person. If I am told to be somewhere at a certain time, I am either there at the exact time or 10 to 15 minutes prior to the time that I'm supposed to be there. That all depends on the circumstances. If the time appointment was for a job interview or a doctor's appointment, I would be at the place 10 to 15 minutes prior to the appointment time. If it were something casual like a party or a friend invite, I would show up at the exact time I was requested to. Being an anxious person, I always want to be aware of what time it is. I beat myself up, and when I know about deadlines, and I'm very conscious of what time it is at all times. Now I hope you can see how myself and this clock have many similarities. I am always running, I am never correct, and I track time all just like a clock. I am sure that there will be changes in the way we tell time in the future with all the new technology coming our way, and I am also sure that we will still have some similarities between us even then. Some things are hard to change about yourself. Thank you for your time and listening.